Good evening, and welcome to another edition of the McGraw Report. I'm Harry McGraw, your host, and today we have our resident guru and urban translator, Mr. Wallace Gator Bradley, in the building here to talk about some of the latest things that's been going on in politics around Chicago and around the nation. This is the second show of a two-part series that we're having with Mr. Bradley concerning some of the issues in the black community, and we are very excited to have him on the show, and we want to welcome you again, Gator, for coming to the show. Thank you once again, my brother.
Thank you. Thanks for reaching out to me, Brother McGraw.
You know, Gator has been in and around politics for quite some time, and he has come back with a very, very thorough report from the Black Caucus event over the weekend in Washington, D.C. He was a part of that, and he got a chance to sit in on the president's speech and
yes, sir.
Got a chance to hear the agenda. So we want you guys to call in if you got any questions about the new agenda for Black America that's being pushed forth here on the McGraw Report. Call us in, 312-738-1060. And let's jump right into it, Gator. I know the trip was exciting.
Yes, sir.
What did the president have to say? What did the Black Caucus have to say?
Well, first of all, the fact that I was there, I was able to see him and hear him word for word, and I thank YouTube for also recording it. When the media said that he was talking down to the Congressional Black Caucus, that was a lie. The Black Caucus this year was celebrating the icons, which were the founders of the Congressional Black Caucus, like Conyers, Rango, the brother Lewis, the one that got hit in the head at Patty's Bridge, and the president was stating how even when the congressman, before he became congressman, got hit in the head with the brick that busted his head on Patty's Bridge on Sunday, he got up and went back out there and continued to struggle on Monday. The president was saying that we as a people need to keep that same spirit. Don't expect anyone to give us anything. We got to constantly fight for what we feel is ours. And he asked the Congressional Black Caucus as well as African Americans to join him and help him. He was soliciting their help. And when the statement comes out that let's put the slippers under the bed, he was speaking about his slippers as well. You know what I'm saying? As well as mine and everyone else. Let's put the slippers up under the bed and let's put our boots on and get back in the mud,
right? And
get busy. You know what I mean? I mean, who's gonna go out in the mud in his slippers?
Exactly.
Okay. So
so he's basically using a metaphor to describe the black condition right now as being a little complacent.
It is,
and,
right.
You know, we have, given up our boots for slippers.
Right.
And now it's time to take the slippers, put them back under the bed,
right, and
put the boots on.
Stop the whining and complaining. We can whine and complain while we're out there touring, trying to get the job and trying to help pass the Jobs Bill Act. We can say, hey, I hope he's serious about this act, but at the same time, let's work to pass the act. And on that, a lot of small African-American businesses don't even realize that there's pools of money that they can go to get the little loans they need to keep their business sustained. That is one of the reasons why he's pushing this Jobs Act. And as you and I was discussing the story in today's Defender, where Angela Zard from the Urban League was making everyone realize the importance of the Gordon Sachs 10,000 small business, where they're putting $500 million in a national initiative to spur small business growth. You know what I'm saying? You're a businessman, and you would hire someone if you was able to get the small money to sustain your company so that it can grow to support what the president's saying in the Jobs Act. And I know that to be a fact. And what I mean by that, myself and one of your friends, Teresa Hooks from Rio Movers.
Yeah.
Okay. That company been in business for over 60 years. We were in Washington, D.C. at the Congressional Black Caucus with a lot of other African-American companies and fraternities and sororities. But we were working up on the hill. We went and met with Dick Durbin and Mark Kirk, who are
US
our
senators.
senators.
Right.
And because we have to tell our senators to support this Job Act. They're going to vote on it in the Senate come October. We went to what is known as the Illinois Constituent Coffee. They do this every Thursday. Every Thursday. They do this every Thursday. They've been doing it for 25 years. It started with Simon.
Another
U.S. Senator, Simon.
Paul Simon.
And we went there. This is where you go and you let your senators know.
Mm-hmm.
You as a constituent is telling them what your concerns are and you'd like for them to address them. And they will. Well, Teresa was the only one that was there. There was a small business.
Mm-hmm. 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 Well,
and it happened to be a black and a woman business.
Absolutely.
And we getting the help from both Senator Kirk and Senator Durbin to assist her with the sustainability.
Now let me just interrupt you for a second, Gator, because I know a lot of people hear politicians on TV all the time talking about job creation, but the truth of the matter is that they don't actually create jobs; they create funds, and the funds get filtered through our U.S. senators to the state legislature, and from there it's dispersed from who? Your congressman?
Okay. See, what it is, like they put the money in the Small Business Administration when they did the American Reinvestment and Recovery Act.
Right.
Okay.
The stimulus, the last stimulus.
The last stimulus. There's funds. And don't you know how you realize, and I'm not being racial or nothing, I'm just giving your audience a viewpoint.
Mm-hmm.
You notice you never hear white small businesses complaining like we be complaining, because they know that they go and get these monies from these various funds. The African American community don't know that you can go and get money from small business if you got a plan and you saying this is what I need. And not only that, don't just give me the money. Give me someone to help me to work the money to make my business sustainable. Okay? And I'm saying that, and I'm glad, Brother McGraw, you and I was talking about it earlier. Our job is to inform your public that they, as Americans, are entitled to that same money.
Gator Bradley is our guest on the McGraw Report. We got some good information for you coming straight from D.C. on the meeting with the Black Caucus. We want you to chime in at 312-738-1060 and let us know how you feel about it. You know, he's been working with a lot of politicians on the national level as well as the local level, and Gator's here for you. So give him a call, 312-738-1060. I know we're proud to have him, and we're always tapping his brain to find out what's the latest. Now, I know, Gator, you know, I want to switch gears for a minute. Okay. You've been dealing with this judiciary system as well. I know you were at the Springfield level, down there dealing with the John Birch case and some of the other issues concerning some of the legislature. And then there's some judges that's been running. This young lady right here has been doing a wonderful job, and I think that's somebody that you support. You want to talk about Ms. Cunningham and what she's doing?
Sure. Justice Cunningham, she's a appellate court judge now, and I believe it was yesterday, Cook County Board President Prattwinkle endorsed her. You feel what I'm saying? And that's wonderful.
Now that's huge.
That's real huge. You know why it's huge to me? Because we as a people got to pay attention and don't get mad when we see our women making leadership moves. You feel what I'm saying? Okay. She's not pushing her as a people's candidate. She's pushing her as someone that's qualified to be a Supreme Court justice. Okay?
Absolutely.
And she's pushing her as the president of Cook County Board.
Now, being in the Illinois Supreme Court, why is that important? Why is that so significant to have somebody that represents our views and understands our conditions in the Supreme Court? Why is that important?
What's important? Because only then do I feel that we can get fairness within the judicial system. One thing about African Americans being in the judicial system, they know they have to be fair and work by the rules from the Illinois body that say what the judge is supposed to do, as well as the Illinois Constitution and United States Constitution.